Welcome along everyone, welcome to your yoga practice. We have 45 minutes together to move, to make shapes and to breathe. If we haven't met before, my name is Marion. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys. And I'm not sure about you, if you can relate, but all of a sudden my dining room became my office. It became school in a way for some of you with kids. It became the yoga studio, maybe just right now it became your gym, your cafe, your restaurant, your hangout space in essence, and every space in between. And let this practice be a time to create space for you. That's basically my intention, like where we can create strength, resilience, where we can create patience for ourselves, to take care of ourselves, and to devote this time just for you, to be more in peace. And we get started straight away in child's pose. This practice will be about your upper body, your chest and your shoulders. So as you make your way into your child's pose, your big toes together, your knees as far apart as it is safe for you, and then reach your arms forwards and allow your head to be heavy down into your mat. Give yourself a few moments to arrive. So you're landing here, setting anything aside that is in your way of being present, whatever you did before in the morning, whatever is to come. So you are present here for yourself. And then let's establish breath awareness, allowing the breath to flow in through your nostrils and out through your nostrils. And then do this a couple of times. Just breath in, breath out. Find softness over your body, around your jawline, your eyes. Find a sense of consistency in your breath. Good, and then walk your hands all the way over to the left side. So we get into our side body, our right side body. If you want even more of a juicy stretch, you can take your right fingertips a little bit further out to the side. And let your right hip be heavy down into your right heel and your head down to your mat. Couple of breaths here, nourish yourself, breathe in and empty. One more time for yourself. Good, and then walk the hands over to the other side, to the right side, as far as you can. If you want more, walk your left fingertips further out to the side, your left hip heavy to your heel, and your head, let it drop down. About 3 of your own breaths. Good. Just let this be an exploration of your body, the tight spots, the open spots. And then let's come back forwards again. Let's roll up into an all-fours. Bring your knees closer in so they're underneath your hips. Your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Now we go into a couple of cows and cats. And if you are like me, you might want to linger in your cat pose for a little while. So we press into the palms, we round up the upper back to the ceiling. Close your eyes, let your head drop. And then just take a couple of breaths here if it feels good, to break the fibers in your upper back, to loosen up the fibers. Good, if it feels right for you, take intuitive movements into your cow, the sit bones tilt high, the chest to the front and up, shoulders away from your ears. Good, again, into your cow and cat. And then give yourself about a minute here to move in any way it feels good for your own body. It might be staying with cat and cow. That might be side body stretch again. Look over your left shoulder. Press more into your right hand. You get a neck stretch as well. Take it over to the other side, look over your right shoulder, press your left palm down a little more. Back through center. And then when you are ready, we tuck the toes under and take this into our first downward facing dog. Now again, intuitive movements. You might pedal through your legs. You might embrace stillness. And then feel your palms pressing into the mat, your arms are straight and strong. A little bend into your knees if you feel your lower back rounding. And then just here for one more breath in. Empty it away. And then walk your hands to the back of your mat. So you're walking your hands to your toes. Give yourself a little ragdoll here. You can catch opposite elbows with opposite hands and a little sway from side to side. Eyes are closed. And then just feel into the fibers of your lower back, the back of your legs, your hamstrings. Finding stillness. Release your hands. And let's rise up to standing. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Take a full body breath in. Settle your hands at your heart center. Now find your eyes to a point in front of you so you're not distracted. Your feet ground you. And then from there, release your arms by your side. Reach your arms up high. Take a breath in. Into a twist, open your arms to the left side, hips relatively square to the front. Sweep your arms back up on the breath in. Arms to the right side. Back up to the ceiling, all breath in. And then forward fold all the way down with your breath out. Let the head be heavy. Our first halfway lift, hands can slide up your shin bones underneath your knees. Long spine as you take a whole breath in. Forward fold, let the breath roll out. We rise up to standing. Sweep your arms high. Hands to your heart. Reach your arms back up to the ceiling. Breathe in. This time, release your right hand by your side body and lean over to the right. So another side body stretch. Good, let's lean. Take one more breath in, maybe lean a little further if you can. Let's rise back up, 10 fingertips to the ceiling. Left hand down and lean over to the left side. Oh, juicy side body stretch. Let's take one more breath in, lean, breathe out. Reach your arms back up and forward fold. You can close your eyes if you can. Halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And bow, soften. Let's rise up to standing. Sweep your fingertips high. You collect your hands at your heart. Reach your arms high. Breathe in. Let's take a back bend. Cactus your arms. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up and lean back. If it's okay for you today, take one more breath in and out. Reach your arms back up. Look up. Forward fold. Well done. Halfway lift, inhale. And then walk your hands back to the front of your mat to your downward facing dog as you exhale. Good. And then close your eyes. Take about 3 of your own breaths. Notice what shifted, moved already in your body energetically. Good, and then when you're ready, we take our first leg lift. So your right leg to lift up to the ceiling. Your hips relatively square. Kick the right heel away from you. And then easy tiger, your knee towards your nose. Press into your palms. Look forward and then step your foot up to the front of your mat. From there, your right knee wants to stack directly on top of your right heel. Your spine nice and long. And then melt your left knee, your back knee down towards the mat. Anjaneyasana, let's sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Side body stretch, your right arm into your right upper leg. And then lean over to your right side. Now here, intuitive movements again. You can lean ever so gently forwards, backwards. Let this be an exploration of your own body. Good. Let's take one more breath in and out. Maybe lunge a little lower into your front leg. Good. Let's reach 2 arms back up to the sky. Eagle arms, left arm underneath your right arm. Now here you have options. You can place your hands to opposite shoulders. It's easier for some. Others can bring the back of your hands together. Others, your palms. Wherever you are, it's beautiful. You know that. Now to set this up, lower belly, hug it in towards your lower back. Nothing too traumatic, just a little hug. Your elbows forwards, fingertips upwards. And then feel the stretch in your upper back between your shoulder blades. From there, take a breath in. Your right foot, press it down as you empty. And then just your upper back to round. So tuck chin into the chest, round your upper back. So I'm not all the way down here, I'm quite high up, just rounding my upper back. This will intensify the stretch between your shoulder blades. Take one more breath in. Right foot, press it down as you empty. Let's reach your arms back up to the ceiling. Take a whole body breath. Release your hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift your back knee, and step back to your downward facing dog. Leg lift round 2, right leg, same right leg, lift it up to the ceiling. Easy tiger again. And then this time, just place your right shin bone down into the mat. So your right knee is underneath your right hip. Modified side plank, swivel your right shin bone back behind you simultaneously. Your back foot comes flat. Left arm sweeps up to the ceiling, and you are in modified side plank. Now have a look down. The 3 points of contact, you want to have them in one line. Adjust if you need it. Your back foot parallel to the mat. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Find your breath. Has your breath changed in any way? Take one more breath in. The right palm, press it down firm. Now let's rise up. Right fingertips become light. Your arms go front and back, so your torso is on top of your pelvis. Now let's reverse this warrior. Your left hand to your left thigh. Your right arm reaches over to the left. Another side body stretch. Take a breath in. Lean a little more if you can out. Let's rise back up. Hands to your hips. And then hinge from your hips all the way forwards and down, so your 2 hands are underneath your shoulders. From there, let's thread the needle. Your right arm, reach it up and high. If this is too much for your left inner thigh, you can bring the left knee in. Modify according to your own needs. Now from here, let's thread the needle. Your right arm underneath the left armpit. Now keep your left foot flat on your mat. Some people hover their right shoulder. Other people can bring their right shoulder down, maybe even their right ear. Don't force it. Just explore what's possible. So my right fingertips reach over towards my left toes. Now, option, you can extend your left arm out in front of you. Walk your left arm over to the right. And then look underneath your left armpit. My favorite stretch. Good. One more breath in. Enjoy this twist, whatever is going on for you. And then bring your left hand back underneath your left shoulder. Reach your right arm back high. And then place the hand underneath your shoulder. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. Tuck the back toes. And step back to your downward facing dog. Leg lift, ground free. Same right leg. Reach it up to the ceiling. This time, yawn your hips open by bending your right leg. And stack your right hip on top of your left hip. Good. Choose your hip opener. Can you lift your right hip a little higher? Your left hip back, belly on, arms are strong. One more breath in. Empty, left heel down. And then straighten your right leg, square your hips. Your 2 feet, come back down to downward facing dog. Now here, we roll into our first high plank. On your whole breath in, shoulders stack on top of your wrist, eyes forwards. Take a breath in here, belly strong and legs. Downward facing dog, all the way to the back. Other side. First leg lift, left side, lift your left leg high. Easy tiger, knee towards your nose. Your arms are strong, look forward. And then step your foot up to the front. Again, same principle, your left knee on top of your left heel. Now soften your back knee down. Anjaneyasana, reach your arms up high. Side body stretch, left arm onto your left thigh, and then lean over to the left side. And the side might feel completely different to the other side, that's okay. No need to label, you can lean gently forwards, backwards. And most importantly, give your body breath. Good. Let's reach your arms back up. Eagle arms, right arm underneath the left arm. Same. Choose your alternative. Hands to shoulders, back of your hands or your palms. Now elbows forwards, fingertips upwards. Take a breath in. Press your left heel down as you empty. And then round just through your upper back, touching into your chest. Steady in your breath. This is so beneficial when you are on your desk a lot. Stretching your upper back. Let's reach back up and tangle your arms. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Hands plant down. Step your left leg to the back. Leg lift round 2. Left leg, sweep it high. And then into an easy tiger. And then this time, lower your left shin bone down to the mat. So your left knee is underneath your hip. Modified side plank, swivel the left shin bone back behind you, right foot flat. And then reach your right arm up to the sky. Excuse my backside. Give a turn around. Good. From there, press your bottom hand down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. If you can, look up to your top hand if your neck is okay with it. From there, let's rise on up. Let fingertips become light. Your arms side to side. From here, let's reverse your warrior. Your right hand slides down your right leg. Left arm goes to the side. Pull back. And empty. Let's rise back up. Hands come to your hips. Hinge forward. 2 hands come underneath your shoulder. Now again, press your right foot down to the mat. Your right hand, lift your left arm up and high, big wingspan. And then thread the needle, left arm underneath right armpit. For some of you, your left shoulder will hover. Others can bring their shoulder down. Now just explore where you are. Try not to fight anything or force. Now option, right arm, reach it to the front. And walk your right hand over to the left. Look underneath your right armpit. Observe your breath. Try not to label the shape as right or wrong, as tangled up or pretzeled up. It is just what it is. And then bring your right hand back underneath your right shoulder. Lift your left arm back up. 2 hands down into the mat. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat, downward facing dog. Leg lift round 3, left side, left leg lifted high. And then from here, bend through your left leg and stack your hips on top of one another. Medicine for your hips. Let your head drop, your arms are strong, belly on. Can you square your hips even here? Your right hip back. I'm sorry, not squaring, but your right hip back. Your left knee high. Take a breath in and out. Now square your hips. Lengthen and strengthen your left leg. And then downward facing dog. Now from here, let's take a couple of rolls forwards. Take a breath in as we roll into our high plank. And straight back to downward facing dog on your breath out. Again, high plank with your breath in. Down dog on the empty. High plank, breathe in. This time we stay for a couple of breaths. You can definitely lower your knees down to the ground if that is what you need. You won't be here forever though. You can challenge yourself if you wish. And know that underestimating yourself is not self-compassion. So just see what's possible. Can you linger here, although you do not know for how much longer? Just like with the lockdown, right? Okay, you probably say like, stop talking. For how much longer are we going to be here now? Now, one more breath in. Now you know. And a breath out. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg back up to the ceiling, and this time to our crescent lunge. So take your tiger, knee to your nose, and then step your right foot to the front. Right knee on top of your heel. Let's rise on up, fingertips up to the ceiling. Now your feet to hip width distance apart. Usually we need to walk the right foot further out to the side, to the right. Makes it more stable. Back knee can be bent just a bit to accommodate your lower back. Lower belly in, reach your fingertips high, and then into your arrowhead. Fingertips reach to the back and your torso to lean forwards. Easier if you stay higher, so always your choice. Lower belly is on, legs are strong. Take a breath in, a breath out. Now shift your weight into your front foot stork pose. Your left knee to lift. It's just a little balancing challenge. Your fingertips up high. And then let's go back into our Dekasana, aeroplane. Left leg, reach it back, fingertips. The core is on. How is your breath? Hips square, right hip back. There's less compression when you do that in your right hip joint. Now take one more breath in. Fly steady as you empty. Rise back up into your stork pose. Just 4 breath in. Strong standing leg. Back into your arrowhead, bend your right leg, step your left leg far back as you can, fingertips reach back. Shoulder mobility, arms reach up to the sky. Warrior 2, back heel spins down to the mat. And turn around for you. Now in Warrior 2, if you are a little bit newer to this practice, your right foot faces directly to 12 o'clock. And your right knee is over your middle toe. The back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. And then bend into your front knee if you can, arms are strong, and your eyes steady to one point. Let's go to dancing warrior. Your right arm, reach it up to the ceiling. Your left hand, let it slide down the back of your leg into your side angle. Right forearm onto right thigh, left arm overhead. Hold breath in, legs are strong, breathe out. Go back to your reverse warrior, hold breath in. One more time to your side angle, or the legs might be talking to you by now, that's okay. Enjoy this conversation. Hug the heels in towards one another. Streamline the toes away from one another. Can you stay for one more breath? The chest up to the ceiling, breathe out. Now this time, let's rise up, straighten your front leg, reach your arms up, pick up your right toes, spin them over to the left, adjust your feet, hands to your heart and to your hips. From there, press your feet down, look up, and then hinge from your hips into your prasarita. Now your hands can come down onto the floor, your head might or might not touch, it's okay. And then let this be your pose. Hands can be on your outer ankles. You might want to interlink your hands behind your back and then reach your knuckles over your head and down. Just a couple of breaths. You could be generous with your breath. Create space for yourself, self-care. Good, and then if you have the bind behind your back, release your hands to your lower back first, then down into your mat. From there, sprinkle fingertips underneath your shoulders. Find a halfway lift, upper body strength. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Walk your hands back to the front of your mat, to your back inner lunge. Look forward, step your back foot up, big toes come together to touch and fold. From here, Utkatasana, chair pose, bend into your knees, reach your arms skywards. Let your chest be open, but sink your booty down towards your mat. Good, you're here just for about 3 breaths. 2. Let's not throw this moment away. It is part of your life. One more breath in. You can do this. Breathe out. That's how we build resilience. And then from here, press into your feet. Lift your fingertips up high. And then release your hands and take your bind behind your back. 4 fingers interlink. Maybe the wrists of your hands together or not. More importantly is that your shoulders are rounding forwards, but you peel them back. Now from here, with your hands interlinked, take a breath in. And then place your knuckles to your right side waist and your right elbow pointing to the right side wall. If that's not possible, bring your hands anywhere you can on your lower back. Now from there, tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. Close your eyes. And then feel into the stretch of your whole left side neck. Deep breaths. Left shoulder back and down if you want to intensify. And let's lift your head back up. Bring the knuckles back behind you and away from your body. Maybe even look up. Knuckles to the left side waist, left arm pointing to the left side of the room, and then drop the left ear towards your left shoulder. Close your eyes and soak in the breath. Notice if your left shoulder wants to play earring, move the left shoulder away from the ear. To intensify, your right shoulder back and down. Deep breath in. Good yogis, deep breath out. Oh, so needed that stretch. Now from there, bring your head back up, your knuckles back behind you, take a breath, and then forward fold with or without the bind. Make it yours. Release your hands to your lower back. Find that half the lift as you breathe in. Downward facing dog, 2 hands to the mat, 2 feet to the back. Second side. Let's lift your left leg high. Step the foot to the front for your crescent lunge. We rise up, feet at hip width. It's easier for balance. Hips are square. Breath in. Maybe lunge a little lower. Belly is on. Tailbone lengthens down. Now into your right head, sweep your arms back, your torso forward. Fingertips are alive, left heel grounds. Let's come up into your stork pose, into your balancing part of this practice. Fix your eyes to a spot to help you to balance. Into your arrowhead pose, aeroplane pose, stretch your right leg back, right fingertips back, and fly. Breath in and out, hips square, left hip back. Come back up into your stork pose, right knee, 10 fingertips. Back into your arrowhead, so step your right leg back as far as you can. Sweep your fingertips back, eyes forwards. Reach your arms back up. This is so good for your shoulder mobility. Warrior 2, back heel down to the mat. Good. If you want to challenge yourself, and only you would know that, come as slow as you can into your front leg. Oh, there's the stretch in the hips. Good. Steady your eyes. Try not to label the moment as shape. It is what it is. Not right, not wrong. Let's do our dancing warrior. Your left arm up and back. Take a breath in. Side angle, left forearm to left thigh, right arm overhead. One breath in and empty. Again to your reverse. Stay lower your left leg if you can. The only thing that happens, you're getting stronger and more resilient. To your side angle, fingertips reach. Left shoulder away from the ear. The shoulders can be cheeky. Have the heels in, reach the fingertips, rotate your chest up high. Let's come up high, straighten your front leg, reach your arms up. Lift your left toes off the ground, spin the toes over to your right, Hands come to your hips. Press the feet, lift them through the heart. Forward fold into your prasarita, your rest. Good. Hands can be on the floor, outer ankles, or you can walk the fingertips back behind you. We'll give you a deeper stretch. Step with breath awareness. To channel your awareness into your breath. Feel the bodily sensations. Most likely, it's most obvious on your inner thighs. Good, let's release that. If you have a bind, release it to your lower back. Place them down towards your mat. Half lift, fingertips underneath your shoulders. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat, and at this time, you step back to downward facing dog. Pedal out through your legs. And then bend your knees. Let them slowly drop all the way down to your mat. And then take a seat on your mat. Easy cross. Your right shin bone in front of your left. Now the way to sit here, to be specific, as good as you can, your knees in line with your hips and the heels of your feet underneath your knees. Now wriggle the sit bone side to side and back. Right hand comes outside of your right hip. Lift your left arm high and lean yourself over to the right. Left hip heavy down into the mat. Some of you can bring the right forearm down, some don't, that's okay. And then rotate your chest up to the ceiling. How much can you straighten your left arm and breathe? Close your eyes. Breathe deeply into your navel area. Good, and then look down towards your right hip. Let the head drop. Additional neck stretch. Good. Now from here, let's let your left hand come down towards your right hand. Take a half circle with your left hand forwards, followed by your right into your forward fold. A bit of flexion for your spine. Let your hips be heavy. Your eyes, your jawline soft. Let your belly drop. And we're here for about 5 more breaths. Now some people prefer the more quiet moments in practice, like this one. And other people prefer the moving bit of the practice. Now if you're a person that loves the moving bit, you might feel your mind accelerates quite a bit when you pause. Maybe even you notice that when you pause as well, when you're a person who likes the quiet bits. So wherever you are, allow yourself to focus on your breath. You can even take a breath count to 4, helping you to focus. Let's take 2 more breaths together with the breath count. You can totally ignore me. So you breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's walk the hands back in. Change the crossing of your legs, left shin bone in front of your right. Let's reach your left hand out in alignment with your hip, right arm up and lean over to the left. Right hip down, eyes closed. How much can we straighten your right arm? Steady breath. Let's drop your head down towards your left hip. Feel the stretch in your whole right side neck. And then let's drop your right hand down towards your left hand. Circle the hand in front of you, followed by your left. And take your fold. Outer hip stretch, flexion in your spine. You have a good hold here. And just observe if you are more drawn to the quiet moments, if you are more drawn to the moving bits, and not with a judgment attached. There's no right, there's no wrong. And if you struggle with the quiet moments and your mind tends to race, give your breath a count. It's a beautiful way to challenge or to channel your breath, to refocus. Count to 4 as you breathe in and 4 as you breathe out. Let's take 2 more together. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's walk the hands back in. Find a comfortable seat. You can sit in easy cross, hands to your knees. And then find an upright spine and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And then depart the lips and let the air out. Be completely empty. Now seal your lips. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top for 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top for 2, 1. Out 4, 3, 2, 1. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath is full. Pause for 2, 1. Out for 5. This time 4, 3, 2, 1. So we elongate the exhales. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Out for 4 or 5 or stay with 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Breathe out for 5 or stay with 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top for 2, 1. Breathe out for 6 or stay for 5 or 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Breathe out for 6 or stay with 5 or 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Let's take a deep breath in. Hold at the top and then open the mouth and let it out. Find your organic breath. Notice any tension around your eyes. Let them be soft. Your jawline, your shoulders. How are you sitting upright? And then observe the effects of this breathing exercise. Maybe you feel a little calmer, more focused. Whatever you are feeling, just observe. Try not to label it as right or wrong. It is just what it is. Good. From there, let's blink your eyes open. We make our way into our backs. Let's place your 2 feet 2 hip distance apart on your mat. Let's take a couple of flowing bridges. So with your heels underneath your knees directly kicking over the middle of your toes. Press your 2 feet down, chin by your chest. Try not to move the head around if you can help it for safety. And then lift your hips high, lift your lower, mid, upper back. If you like, bring the arms into the equation, up and over your head. The exhalation will lower your arms and your hips back down. And then just do this for about 3 to 5 more rounds. Follow your own breath. How slowly can you breathe? and move. So we stabilize the pelvis, our spine. Let's take one more round. And then we meet with the hips down. And then let's have your right knee into your chest. Extend your right leg out for your hamstring stretch. And think more about an inversion here, not too much about your hamstrings. Let this calm your heart rate. You can slide your hands up your calves. If you have the range, you can even stretch your left leg out. Shoulders are soft, eyes, back of your neck long. 2 more rounds of breath. Good, let's rebend your left leg. Place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Outer hip stretch. Hug your left knee in. Interlink the hands behind your left thigh. If you have the range, on top of your left shin bone. Right knee away from your right shoulder if you want to intensify. Left knee towards your left shoulder. 3 breaths. Release and then release that. Place your left foot down, your right foot down, then hug your left knee in. Extend your left leg high for your hamstring stretch. Option, right leg extends out to the front. Shoulders soft. Again, if your mind wanders and you have a hard time focusing and being here on your mat, add your breath count to 4 if you wish. Rebend your left leg, rebend your right leg. Now place your left ankle on top of your right knee, hug your right knee in for your outer hip stretch. Really good. Now release that, 2 feet down, hug your right knee in one more time, extend your left leg out. Take your twist, your right knee over to the left and stack your right hip on top of your left hip. Right arm is out like a wing, right shoulder down. Calm, steady breaths. Onto your back, hug your knees in. Swap sides, right leg extends, left knee in, twist over to the right, and then stack your left hip on top of your right hip, left shoulder down onto your mat. Your head can roll over to the left fingertips. Roll onto the back again, hug your knees in. And then we come into our second last posture, bringing the soles of your feet together, your knees wide. And then your arms like cactus arms out by your side. So your elbows are in line with your shoulders, fingertips point back. And if this is too much for your groins and hips, you can place your knees together and your feet wide wherever you are. Let the back of your head be heavy. You might feel a stretch in your chest. Your whole body be a little heavier on your bones, your organs. Completely soft. Now you can stay here for your final rest, your Shavasana, just for about 2 to 3 minutes. Of course, you can stay longer in Shavasana if you wish. Or you can bring the feet Shavasana. Reawaken. Let's find your breath back in. Any movements in your body, fingers, toes, or reach of your arms overhead, a roll of your head side to side, might feel nice. And then roll yourself over to the right side. Help yourself up with your hands and come up into a seated position, please. Resting your hands on your knees. Feel your sit bones heavy down into the mat. And then allow your spine to grow up to the ceiling, chin to your chest, crown of your head lifting up, shoulders back. And acknowledge the effort coming onto your mat today. No effort is ever be wasted. And let's crack your eyes open, reach your arms up to the ceiling, take one more deep breath in, maybe look up. Hands to your heart center as you empty. And then bow to you, to one another, to this practice of yoga. Namaste. And namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourself, take care of one another, and I see you around next time. Thank you so much.